one of India's most hostile battlefields, nearly 17,000 feet high in the Himalayas of Arunachal Pradesh. It is here, late in the morning of December the 9th, that Indian and Chinese soldiers clashed violently. The first violence between the two sides in over 2 years since the last major brawl in eastern Ladakh. The Friday clash in Tawang sector had been building up for the last few months, say sources. Chinese troop increases at posts across this particular sector of Arunachal Pradesh have kept tensions high. On December the 9th, a larger than normal Chinese patrol party approached the Indian side and was challenged by the Indian army post there. After a few minutes of aggressive posturing, raised voices and the usual loud calls to go back, suddenly stones landed on the Indian side, a grave provocation that violates patrol engagement protocol. What followed was a 15-minute hand-to-hand escalation that saw the Indian side literally pounce on the Chinese troops responsible for the provocation. The Chinese troops present in larger numbers were beaten up, but as is common in such brawls, injuries were sustained by both sides. Troops on both sides sustained fractures, black eyes and bruises, with 9 Indian and 22 Chinese troops wounded in the exchange. Thankfully, there were no casualties and no weapons are said to have been used, unlike the Galwan clash. The troops quickly disengaged to their positions. Hours after the clash in Yangtze, the two local commanders from both sides held a flag meeting to maintain peace and committed to remain engaged. On the very day that the Indian and Chinese troops brawled at the India-Tibet border, senior ministers of the Modi government were speaking about the border issue at the Agenda Aaj Tak conclave.
और हमारी डिप्लॉयमेंट हुई है, हमारे जवान खड़े हैं और माने उनका जो ताकत, जो साहस जो उन्होंने दिखाया है, उसकी हमें प्रशंसा करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि हमारी डिप्लोमेसी जो है उनके योगदान से चलती है।
भारत की सेना ने ये शौर्य और पराक्रम का परिचय दिया है, उसकी जितनी भी सराहना की जाए कम है। हम लोगों का सचमुच गर्व के साथ मस्तक ऊंचा हो जाता है।
Clashes between patrol parties aren't unheard of. There have been a handful of minor brawls between troops of both sides since 2020. But the fact that the big picture hasn't changed even slightly on the border, and that China continues to remain deployed in larger numbers at India's doorstep and has accelerated the construction of permanent infrastructure, settlements, military establishments and more, every brawl projects a threat way beyond just a few men beating each other up on a remote, snow-blown hillside. Bureau Report, India Today. If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.